कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा शील प्रभुपदा प्रभुपा Jai Srila Prabhupada. Gurudev, 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 Jai Srila Gurudev. Harinam Sankirtan Mahotsav ki Jai, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari 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 Bol. First of all, very very happy Radhastami to you all. I'm sure you must have enjoyed the power and strength of Lord Sri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashuprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtuki. So we shall be taking text 13 onwards from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, entitled The Change in Heart. Saunako Vacha Itya Abhivyahritam Raja Nishamya Bharat Arshavaha Kim Anyat Prishtavan Bhuyu Vayasi Kim Rishim Kavim. Saunako Vacha Itya Abhivyahritam Raja Nishamya Bharat Arshavaha Kim Anyat Prishtavan Bhuyu Vayasi Kim Rishim Kavim. Saunako Vacha Itya Abhyahritam Raja Nishamya Bharata Arshavaha Kim Anyat Prishtavan Bhuyu Vayasi Kim Rishim Kavim. What meaning? Saunako Vacha. Saunaka said, Iti, thus, Abhivyartham, all that was spoken. Raja, the king. Nishamya, by hearing. Bharata Rishavaha, Maharaja Parikshit. Kim, what? Anyat, more. Prishtavan, did he inquire from him? Bhuyaha, again. Vayashikim, unto the son of Vyasadeva. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, thank you.
Very clear.
Rishim, one who is well versed, Kavim, poetic. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Saunaka said, the son of Vyasadeva, Srila Sukadeva Goswami, was a highly learned sage and was able to describe things in a poetic manner. What did Maharaja Parikshit again inquire from him after hearing all that he had said? Purport: a pure devotee of the Lord automatically develops all godly qualities, and some of the prominent features of those qualities are as follows. He is kind, peaceful, truthful, equable, faultless, magnanimous, mild. Oh, I have to change it now. What happened? It's gone again. My computer again, come back. Mild, clean, non-possessive, a well-wisher to all, satisfied, surrendered to Krishna without hankering, simple, fixed, self-controlled, a balanced eater, sane, mannerly, prideless, grave, sympathetic, friendly, poetic, expert, and silence. Out of these 26 prominent features of the devotee as described by Krishnadasa Kaviraja in his Chaitanya Charitamrita. The qualification of being poetic is especially mentioned herein in relation to Sukadeva Goswami. The presentation of Srimad Bhagavatam by his recitation is the highest poetic contribution. He was self-realized, learned sage. In other words, he was a poet among the sages. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjansalakaya Chakshumritam Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manovishnam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadadi Supadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Shada Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnamam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vidantam Sajivam Sadhuitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kant राधाकांत नमस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती जयपताका समनिधि नामिने नमः आचार्यपादाय नित्याय कृपा प्रदायिने गौरगदामदाय नगरग्रामतारणे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। So by the Anukampa of Srila Prabhupada, blessings of Vaishnavas and our Gurus, and with the your contribution, the Srimad Bhagavatam is going on beautifully. Today we have heard from Saunika up to previous sloka. We were in Haridwar, and now we are going to Lucknow, Naimisharanya. Naimisharanya, Saunika is saying, Itya avidya hritam raja nishamya bharatarshavaha kim manyat prashtavan bhuyo vayasikim rishim kavim. He is asking Suta Goswami, Saunika is saying, the son of Vyasdeva, Srila Sukadeva Goswami, was a highly learned sage. Learned in the sense not of any mundane knowledge, but learned the science of Krishna consciousness, and was able to describe things in a poetic manner. Poetic manner means speaking truth within a very short, limited words. That's called a poetry. Limited words. No prose, no explanation. Like Krishna said, Manmana Bhava. Now, why Manmana Bhava? There you can write the thesis on this. So, it is the poetry. Here also is poetry. And he says, what did Maharaj Parikshit again inquire from him after hearing all that he had said? We know, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 19, Text 38, Parikshit asked to Sukacharya, Sukadeva Goswami, that please let me know, a man who is on the bed of death or is about to die, what should he hear, chant, remember and worship, and also what he should not do. So Sukadeva Goswami, 4 slokas are there, everybody knows about it. Tasmadi kena manusa bhagavan sato tam patihi shrotabhya kirtabhya shadheya pujanityada. Second one, ithane nirvidamananam vichatam akuto bhayam yoginam nirpanirnitam harinama anukirtayan. And then tasmat Bharat Sarvatma Bhagavan Ish. No. Tasmad Bharat Hari Sarvatra Sarvada Shrotavya Kirtavya Smritavya Bhagavan Nirnam. And fourth sloka, Akamaha Sarvakamo Va Mokshakama Udaridhi Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusham Param. So he only told him what to hear, what to chant, what to remember, and whom to worship. And what he should not do. Whatever Sukadeva Goswami has not said, that is we cannot do. Other day Prabhupada was saying, what is Sakama? Worshipping demigod is Sakama, properly. And Akama, worshipping Krishna. And Mokshakama, reading all the Shastras. So he said what not to do, other than this, you should not do. Because if he said what not to do, the list will be, there will be maybe hundreds and thousands of pages to be written, to be said what not to do. But you are simply, you do this, it means other things you should not do. So he has answered all his 4 questions. Right? Then now, Saunaka, see the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam. The hearer is also very attentive. He is saying now Sukadeva Goswami, Suta Goswami has just told everything. Now, the congregation will finish? No. What he has said? Kalimagatam Agnaya Kalimatam Agnaya Asinam Dirgha Satrena Katayam Sajachana Hare. Kalimagatam Agaya. The Kali has come in, we are here, sitting here for 1,000 years sacrifice. Now if everything finish here, he should ask a question. So he is asking a question to his Guru, that after Parikshit Maharaj was informed in a poetic manner what to do, what to hear, what to chant, what to remember, what to worship, what not to do. But then, what other things that he inquired from him? Because Saunaka knew, because when the 2 devotees are sitting over there, so long they are sitting, they will be only discussing Harikatha. So he become very, very inquisitive. So this is the system of Srimad Bhagavatam. You must ask question. You must ask question. So that we know you are very attentive. Otherwise, Srota, Sota hai. Bhakta, Bhakta hai. किसी को फायदा नहीं. So Prabhupada is saying the qualities. The 26 qualities of a devotee. Now so many times we claim, right? Isn't it we claim we are a devotee of Krishna? Now these are the qualities. Can you fit in any of the qualities, figure out 26 qualities? Any one single quality? Wholeheartedly? Without deviation? The answer is no. Generally no. It's a general statement, not very specific. Generally no. But yet we claim we are a devotee. Now if you know we don't have these qualities at all in any percentage, then what we should do? Try to evolve them, inculcate them, develop them. That's what we are here for. So long we are breathing, we have to enable these qualities. Prabhupada is saying very nice. Yeah, he is kind. Now take every word for your own self. Peaceful, truthful, equable, faultless, magnanimous, mild, clean, non-possessive, a well-wisher to all, satisfied, surrendered to Krishna, without hankering, simple, fixed, self-controlled, a balance eater, sane, mannerly, prideless, grave, sympathetic, friendly, poetic, expert in silence. There are 26. If you take them in ratio of 100, at least by now we should have 1% of each. At least 1% of each. Then we can claim we are on the path of devotion. We are not in devotion. We are on the path in devotion. Then when we can say, I am serving my Guru, I am serving my Guru Parampara, I am trying to please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then Krishna. But if we don't have any of these qualities, then a lot is to be done. And who's going to do it? We ourselves have to do it. Like whatever I eat, the power will generate within me. Nobody can somebody eat for me. Similarly, whatever bhakti I have to do it for myself. Nobody other can do it. I think I gave this example many years before. There was a Gujarati couple, they used to come for a satsanga. And I happened to say in Vyasasana, as Prabhu told me other day, that's why I remember. I told them that, see, whatever husband does, 50% goes to the wife. And therefore, wives should not worry at all, because 50% have to go to them. I said in front of Vyasasana. Then we met them after some time, and we said, Mataji, are you chanting? Well, no. Well, what happened? Well, you only told no, I'll get half, so why should I waste my time? My husband is doing, no? Why should I do it? See, to get very literally. That, why should I do it? Husband is doing it, I'll get 50% of it. So, again I'm saying, all these 26 qualities, even we have 1% of each, we'll be really magnanimous. We'll be blessed. We'll be really devoted. But if you really pick one, we won't fit anywhere. So, this is what expected. And we think, by doing this, immediately after leaving this body, I'll go back home, back to the Godhead. Now is another illusion. It's called a spiritual illusion. I don't know anything, but I'll go back home. And I used to have a lot of fight. They say, Prabhu, why you do condemn devotee? I say, I'm not condemning devotee. I'm saying I'm not a devotee. I'm not condemning other devotees. Other maybe, why not? How do I know? But only we know who we are. Nobody can tell. Nobody can guess. Only I know who I am, you know who you are. But in a nutshell, we have to have these qualities to develop. Then only we have the Krishna Prema. Then only we can chant in a happiest mood of life. And then only we can deliver the Krishna consciousness to our fellow beings, whosoever they may be. So, Prabhupada has just nailed it here. That the Krishnadas Kaviraja Goswami has said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think in Madhya Leela, chapter 7, I think, yes. Chapter 7. And Sukadeva was poetic. Nigam Galpatarur Galitam Phalam Sukamukhada Darva Samyutam Pivatam Bhagavatam Rasam Alayam Muhuro Rushika Bhuvi Bhavikaha. Now, simple these 32 words, how big Prabhupada has explained. So in poetry, you can condense everything in few words. That's why Sukacharya is known as poetic, the greatest of the poetic. Less time and explaining everything that is required in life. Now, I'll take the text 14 also because they are together. एतत् श्रुत्वा श्रुतं विद्वं श्रुतानुहर्षि भासितुं कथा हरिकथोदर्गाः सतास्यो सदसि ध्रुवम्. I just go for translation. Learned Suta Goswami, please continue to explain such topics to us because we are all eager to hear. Beside that, topics which result in the discussion of the Lord Hari should certainly be discussed in the assembly of the devotees. Purport: as we have already quoted above from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu of Rupa Goswami, even mundane things, if do be told in the service of Lord Krishna, Sri Krishna, are accepted as transcendental. For example, the epics or the histories of Ramayana and Mahabharata, which are especially recommended for the less intelligent classes, women, Sudra, and one-worthy sons of the higher caste, are also accepted as Vedic literature because they are compiled in connection with the activities of the Lord. Mahabharata is accepted as the fifth division of the Veda after his first four divisions, namely Sama, Yajura, Riga, Atharva. The less intelligent do accept Mahabharata as the part of the Vedas, but great sages and authorities accept it as fifth division of the Veda. Bhagavad Gita is also part of the Mahabharata, and it is full of the Lord's instruction for the less intelligent class of men. Some less intelligent men say that Bhagavad Gita is not meant for householders. But such foolish men forget that Bhagavad Gita was explained to Arjuna, a Grastha family man, and spoken by the Lord in his role as a Grastha. So Bhagavad Gita, although containing the high philosophy of the Vedic wisdom, is for the beginners in the transcendental science, and Srimad Bhagavatam is for graduates and postgraduates in the transcendental service, science. Therefore, literature like Mahabharata, the Puranas, and the similar literature, which are full of the pastimes of the Lord, are all transcendental literature, and they should be discussed with full confidence in the society of great devotees. The difficulty is that such literature, when discussed by professional men, appear to be mundane literature like histories or the epic, because there are so many historical facts and figures. It is said here, therefore, that such literature should be discussed in the assembly of devotees. Unless they are discussed by the devotees, such literature cannot be realized by the higher class of men. So, the conclusion is that the Lord is not impersonal in the ultimate issue. He is Supreme Person, and He has His different activities. He is the leader of all living entities, and He descends at His will and by His personal energy to reclaim the fallen souls. Thus, He plays exactly like the social, political, or religious leaders, because such roles ultimately culminate in the discussion of topic of the Lord. All such preliminary topics are also transcendental. That is the way of spiritualizing the civic activities of all of human society. Men have inclination for studying history and many other mundane literature, stories, fiction, dramas, magazines, newspaper, etc. So let them be to be told with the transcendental service of the Lord, and all of them will turn into the topics relished by all the devotees. The propaganda that the Lord is impersonal, that He has no activity, and that He is a dumb stone without any name and form, has encouraged people to become godless, faithless demons. And the more they deviate from the transcendental activities of the Lord, the more they become accustomed to mundane activities that only clear their path to hell instead of returning them home back to Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam begins from the history of the Pandavas with the necessary politics and social activity. And yet Srimad Bhagavatam is said to be the Paramahamsa Samhita, or the Vedic literature meant for the topmost transcendentalist. And it describes Paramagnanam, the highest transcendental knowledge. Pure devotees of the Lord are all Paramahamsas, and they are like the swan who know the art of sucking the milk out of the mixture of the milk and water. So he further asked to Suta Goswami, please continue. Explain such topics to us, because we are all eager to hear. He says, Vayam tuna vitrapyama uttama sloka vikrame yaksh sharnavatam rasam jnanam swadu swadu pade pade. He has already said it in first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. We are not satisfied. What kind of satisfied? I want to know more. In Hindi they say, Dil mange more. I want more and more and more. Besides that, topics which result in discussion of the Lord Hari should certainly be discussed in assembly of the devotee. Would you believe? So many people have heard Srimad Bhagavatam, and few of them have given it up. Now, is this the problem in Srimad Bhagavatam? Or the problem with those people? They did not hear it attentively. They were not fully surrendered. They were not convinced. This Mahabharata is actually meant, one, to give the Bhagavad Gita, another to glorify the devotees of Krishna. The whole Mahabharata, whether it is a Shanti Parva and this Parva, Yuddha Parva, all the Srimad Bhagavatam culminates giving Srimad Bhagavad Gita as one. Second thing, glorifying the devotees of Krishna. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. But in a manner that people like the fighting, they want cheating, they want so many kind of things, though it is realizable for them. So, and Srimad Bhagavatam, 6 million slokas. 6 million slokas. 3 million, they went to Swargaloka, where Narada is spoken to the demigods. 1.5 million by Devala and Asita to other people. 1.4 million to Goyakas and Yakshas by Suta Goswami, and 100,000 are left only for us. And in all this, glorifying the devotees of the Lord. So how important it must be to become a devotee of the Lord. See, Prabhupada became a devotee of the Lord. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Gaur Kishore Babaji, Jagannath Das Babaji, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, 6 Goswamis, till today their glories are being sung. Why it is? Because they all had developed godly qualities. And godly quality means simply abiding by the instruction of the Acharya, of the Guru, of the Sastra, Sadhu Guru Sastra. And having full faith. All is happening, Krishna is in charge. Nowadays, so many people are saying, that this is happening, that is happening, that is happening. And we all know nothing happens without the will of Krishna. So in a way, everybody is reaping the karma that they have done in the past. And if you are convinced that nothing happened without His will, then nothing is happening without His will. And if anything happening by His will, let's accept it wholeheartedly. So the Hari Katha should certainly be discussed in the assembly of the devotees. We should. Other day, I think day before yesterday, I think when Mataji was there and some Prabhu were there, we were giving the class, because you people did not inform me that today no class. and Prabhu has that this WhatsApp group. Only he can send the message, we cannot reply. Because there is no communication, one-way communication. What is this? So, I'm just saying that what it should be, that how we have to behave. That's what we are saying, how we have to behave. Now, I took maybe 42, 43 minutes class that day. That's not a problem. But communication, if there is no communication, how can we relish? How we relish? And yesterday we were singing, Radhe 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 Shyam se mila de राधे 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 श्याम से मिला दे, श्याम से मिला दे तो श्याम से मिला दे, श्याम से मिला दे तो श्याम से मिला दे. Your attraction for Krishna Katha, Srimad Bhagavad is the topmost. All activities should go on, no doubt about it. But Srimad Bhagavatam you should not miss. For any reason. What is Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam is chanting. When Haridasa Thakur was sick, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went over there. And Haridasa Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, what is your problem? He started crying that, my dear Lord, I cannot complete my round, I cannot chant. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, stop chanting, what is your problem? He laughed. He said, you can do that, I cannot do that. This chanting should never be given up. Srimad Bhagavatam also chanting. So it is really priority in life over everything. I'm not sarcastic. I'm just saying that we have not valued Srimad Bhagavatam. Top class. We have to be very, very punctual. Because Krishna is waiting. Very, very punctual. Why I'm saying this? Because if we are not sincere, Krishna also become casual. That's it. So, with this sloka, let us try to understand, to become a devotee, to surrender to Krishna, we have to be very, very vigilant. Very, very vigilant. Otherwise, Krishna will not lose anything. We lose our piety, our tapa, our so many accumulated punyas we lose. So that's how Srimad Bhagavatam says, Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. Why say Nityam? Did you say, Sukurvare Bhagavatam Sevaya? Yaar, Ravivare Bhagavatam Sevaya. No, Nityam. And the Nitya is generally not 1 hour in a day, the whole day, 365 days a year. So slowly and steadily, we should develop the love. Srimad Bhagavatam is a Granth Avatar, as you all know. So how can we skip Granth Avatar 1 day and 2 days? Because I am so busy? No, busy means, I'm just saying that how can we miss the association of Krishna in the Granth Avatar? Don't feel bad, because I am in a position to speak, so I am speaking my mind. So with this, I'll come to the conclusion of my talk. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to remember Krishna, to do more Krishna devotees up to some extent. Hari Hari Bol.